Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. Today we're going to start a series on a game called Desynced. I missed this one when the demo first rolled out, but it's about to roll into early access, so let's jump in. Start with a new game here. Randomize the seed a few times, and I think I'm just going to take the defaults. Peaceful mode, we're set to hostile, which looks like that's the medium. Passive, I think you'll still have enemies, but they'll only engage you once you engage them. That's typically how I play Factorio, but I think I'm going to leave it on hostile. Medium resources, medium blight corruption, plateau amounts. These are kind of annoying, but I'll leave them at I'll leave them at medium. Day-night cycle on, sure. I think that has an impact on solar panels and things. Day length normal, and then save replay. I don't know that I need this, but I'll leave it on. Let's jump in. I played this game for about 5 hours, so I know a little bit of the mechanics, but I'm by no means an expert. So we're going to learn a little bit as we go, but I have an idea of how I want to get started.
Welcome back, Commander. Your ship has been damaged, and I've taken you out of stasis. I am Elaine, Emergent Logistics Artificial Intelligence Network. What you're seeing is a feed from an unidentified planet, where I've deployed a team for you to command. This planet seems to be the source of the damage, and we are unable to leave the planet's orbit until our ship is repaired, and the source of the damage is identified.
All right.
You will need to establish a small mining facility in order to proceed with ship repairs. This will be your primary objective. Communications are currently limited, so one of the first things you will need to do is to establish an uplink from ground level. Try to find metal and crystal deposits, as we will need them for repairs.
Okay. Yeah, Elaine here is going to be a pretty useful tutorial to kind of guide us along on what we want to work on first. There's also a really cool, I just want to show this off in the beginning here. There's a codex here that has a bunch of notes on how to get started, what to work on. So if this is a game that you pick up or try, you should not have too much problem finding guidance on how to get started and get into it. And there's also this library here. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like it's a collection of blueprints. And what else do we have here? Control center. This is showing all of our resources. We've got 3 scouts, a command center floating here, and then a power cell in inventory, which I believe is going to allow us to generate power. What else? Units. This is my first time actually looking at this. Okay, this is actually going to come in handy. Orders and our faction color. Okay, that's all fine. Faction name. Glider. Cat. Alliance. For peace. And domination of the universe, so that all peoples. I don't know how long you can make that. All right, good enough. Let's I don't know if there's a save here. Change names, lock switching to this faction. I'm not sure if factions come into play in single player or not. All right, let's do what we need to do. We need to find resources. We've got metal ore here, metal ore there, and a little smattering of crystals. We'd like to find, I believe, large deposits of metal ore near large deposits of crystals if we can. So I'm going to take our entire fleet and just kind of scroll around or explore a little bit of the surrounding area. There are enemies that if we sneak up on them here, we're going to be in trouble because we don't have any weapons just yet. Scattered resources. So I'm looking for these big deposits, but I'm looking for them to be near near some deposits of crystal. These are just little smatterings. There's bigger fields of crystal. That's not bad right there. The world is a little bloomy, right? It looks a little bright. Trees, I don't think there's anything we can really do with trees. There's some explorable wreckage sites, kind of points of interest where we can get some resources. So this
Crystal can be used in its raw form for now. Metal ore will need to be processed into metal bars. This can be achieved in the fabricator, which you will find on your command center.
This isn't looking too bad. Almost like right. Yeah, they started us out in a decent area. We've got a research lab, power plant. These are all things to just investigate. This is not a bad area. We've got a bunch of crystal. We've got a bunch of metal ore. In fact, I think over this way. Just got to keep an eye out for enemies. Let's set up shop right around here somewhere. Maybe on this plane right here. Okay, it says crystal can be used. Okay, we can just click to get off of that message. We need to take our command center and deploy the base. Boom, there's a button here at the bottom left. Deploy base. We're just going to pick a spot. Kerplunk. And it looks like I've got 2 miners and a drone. These are all scout vehicles. They're fast. Faster than the worker vehicles we're going to be able to produce early on. But let's get our 2 little miner guys going on some resource collection. This one laying on the ground, they can just pick it up. And then this they have to mine. Okay, so he's busy doing that. And then let's put this one on a metal resource. There's some metal up there or a bunch down here. Let's bring you down here. Okay, that was just a scattered resource he could pick up. And now this guy's doing some mining. And then our scout can help us explore and also trying to get a hold of you. There you, did I get you? Yeah. You can actually pick up these scattered resources. These don't even require a mining drill. I'm just going to clear out this space. You can see his inventory is filling up down there. All right, now we need to do some crafting. It says process metal bars is one of our goals. If we go to this little progress button, it's going to show us some what our goals are. And if we need more information, we can click on those buttons. But you can see lots of guidance on what to do. We need to process metal bars. All we have is our command center. Let's look and see what's in here. I have a fabricator, which is a small component. It says underneath the name fabricator, small fabrication unit able to process raw resources and simple components. Mixing ingredients are available via registers. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to take this guy and slot him in here to one of these 2 medium spots that my command center has. Boink. And I'm going to make some metal bars. Set the production of metal bars. It defaults to infinite. Boom. And then this little scout is going to try to...
We will require a large quantity of materials for future production, so having several dedicated production buildings is recommended. I would suggest building 1 or 2 more facilities to produce metal bars. The more buildings we have, the faster we will be able to produce materials. Later we will need to increase the number of mining units in order to keep up with demand.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a lot of scaling. Okay, so we've got 11 iron bars. Let's see what we can build. This is the build menu, second button here in the bottom right. Building, 1 by 1 small building. Let's get this going somewhere. About down here. It mentions in one of the help guides to leave like 3 spaces, at least 2, and ideally like 3 spaces between some of your buildings so that your drones can kind of move around. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave 3 spaces. I'm going to drop a building down here. Okay, that is built. We've got 15 iron bars in inventory. I'm going to turn off that production, and I'm going to have this guy build me another one of himself here, another fabricator. And we can drop that into this little building's empty socket. Take small, which is what the fabricators are, and I can get this guy producing the iron for us and free up our headquarters to do something else. Okay, there's your little drone. And I think the first thing I'm going to have you do is build another one of you. And then what do we have? We have storage buildings here. Let's put down a couple of these. I think I'm going to do it. Storage building there. Storage building there. This guy is waiting on iron ingots. Let's make some more at the headquarters because we burned up a lot of them. He's waiting on iron ingots to make that second fabricator. This guy's mining metal. And that guy's mining crystal. This guy's kind of shuttling resources around for us. While we're waiting for these guys to actually build, if you look at these scouts, there's a button down here, which is our network, logistics network. Looks like a cell tower signal kind of thing. If we take this off, this drone will no longer kind of keep on top of who needs what, who has what, and where to deliver it. So if you want it off the network, just turn that off. If you want it on, which we most usually will, then we just keep it on the network. All right, this guy built his extra fabricator. We'll use that in a new building. And now this guy can become my metal bar smelter. Again, defaults to infinite production. So let's turn him on. And then we have some buttons here. Signal, the unit emits a signal which can be used to read. The unit emits this signal which can be read through signal-related components or other behaviors. I haven't used that yet. We may get to that later. This shows a symbol, a display symbol of what this guy's working on. And then this is set to an owned unit or building. It will transfer its inventory when possible. So I want these ingots to go into this building. I just click that destination and then click the building. Now this guy, or this guy, the shuttle, will take these ingots as they're being produced out of this guy's inventory down here and put them into my storage inventory. So we can see that happening. This one, I want this miner to store his ore in that building. The ore goes in there. A shuttle has to bring it over to this building to be smelted, and then once we have bars, they get sent over here. Makes sense. Good. Let's take our newly created fabricator here. And let's get another building going for that guy to work in. And I think I want... yeah, another guy doing ingots here. So let's do... yeah, let's get another building crafted. We'll do kind of the same thing. I'm going to put 2 storage buildings down. Okay, that got crafted right away. Let's put the fabricator in our new building. Gotta wait for the shuttle to deliver it. There it is. And then let's have this guy's first task be create another fabricator so we can keep expanding. And then I think we can set this fabricator's destination there. So he'll move his, or shuttles will move the products out of that one into that storage. This guy's still producing iron ingots for us. We've got 40 in storage. Let's see what else he can build. Okay, we got metal plates. Let's do some of that production. I'm going to set that to infinite.
To produce more mining units, you must fabricate an assembler. With it, you will be able to produce a worker unit and equip it with a miner component. Both of these are produced in the assembler. It is also capable of producing circuit boards, which are used in unit and component production.
Okay, very cool. They're telling us we need to make an assembler. Let's store up. Let's let this guy make a few more metal plates. And then we'll set him to do an assembler. In fact, we could... yeah, the command center has 2 medium slots. A couple things I learned. If you put a small component, like this fabricator, into a medium slot, it's going to work faster than if that small component is in a small slot. So for example, this guy is in a small slot. He's going to work slower than the same unit is in this medium slot. All right, enough of that. This guy is already set up to store his goods there. Let's get him smelting as well. ingots. I'm going to pick production, put you on ingots. Off you go. This guy, let's let him get up to 20. Okay, we've got 20 metal plates. I'm going to have this guy do our fabricator now. This is going to be, or I'm sorry, our assembler. This is a medium level component, so we can make different, I think might make the same materials but faster. And there's some new materials we'll be able to make with this. Let's get that crafted up. And let's get another building placed. This one I'm going to put right there. And I actually want another storage too, so let's just slap that guy down. This guy made his assembler. Let's pop that in. Boom. Okay, it says once we have the required resources, we should look into constructing an uplink. This will establish a direct connection to the mothership, allowing us to upload data and unlock our full potential. Advancing or understanding of this mysterious world will be crucial to our success. The uplink can be produced in an assembler. So the uplink is kind of like our research. All right, before we do that, let's grab our fabricator, pop it in the new building. And again, I'm going to have this guy's first task be to build me another one. And then we're going to put this guy on to iron plates. Okay, we've got our fabricator slotted in. Let's build that uplink. That's going to be kind of important. We can see in the recipe it takes the iron bars and a circuit. We need to make these circuits first. Otherwise, this production will just, the production of the uplink will just lag. It won't actually build. So let's get some of these circuits built. We have a few iron plates in inventory. Just needs that and crystals. So let's build some of these. How about instead of infinite, I'm going to build 20 of these. We'll let that run. In the meantime, this guy, I suppose, could be doing more plates for us or more ingots. How about more ingots? And we're obviously going to need to build more mining drones and stuff. We're already processing all the ore that he has, so this guy's going to do a little bit for us, it looks like. Okay, so we'll wait for that stuff to craft. Because once we have the required resources... Okay, we've done that. Let this guy run for a bit. Yeah, our scout's shuttling stuff around for us. And what we can do... Let's take the scout. We're waiting for things to craft. I'm going to take him off the network. And I want to explore these big buildings. Let's see what this is all about while we're waiting. This looks like an old warehouse. Let's right click. It says right click to investigate. Okay, this structure has an unknown security system. Research and develop scanning technology to gain access to the unlock mechanisms. So I can't get into this warehouse until we do this system scan. We don't have that device yet. Commander, we have discovered a structure that appears to be of human origin. These ruins might provide invaluable insights into the history and technology of the human race. Technology seems compatible with ours, but we'll need scanning to be able to extract the required intel to research such technology. Okay, we can't do anything with that. Let's check these other little artifacts. Research lab, same thing, needs a system scan. And this one, same thing, needs a system scan. That's not always the case, but it is with those artifacts. Just look around. Have we exposed any other artifacts? There's one down here. Go check that out. We got to keep our eye open for little wormholes, which is our enemy. I think we can outrun them. Let's see what this is all about. All right, this one we were able to get in just immediately, and we have a few advanced resources. Let's grab these. Boom, boom, and boom. We got high-density frames, which we can manufacture later, and wire, which we can manufacture later. We probably don't have an immediate need for these. Let's get these back to base and see how things are going. Okay, this guy I forgot to turn on to metal plates. So let's get him going to metal plates infinite. And let's set his place to drop those off right next door. We got 2 guys producing ingots, 1 guy producing metal plates, and we've got an extra, we should have an extra fabricator in inventory. I'm not sure why that looks grayed out. 1 space. Oh, is it not built yet? Oh, no, it's built. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, let's see how we're doing over here. This guy's waiting on iron plates. Let's put this top guy onto iron plates. This guy's loaded up. Can he deliver? We need some more production, buddy. See if I do this go to, if he'll go drop his stuff off. Okay, what are you doing? Looks like he's dropping some materials off, I think. Or no, he's working now. Right now, he's working as... he's just shuttling things around. So let's grab you. Hold up, buddy. I want you to drop your resources off here. Boom. Boom, because we need to be smelting. Okay, now I'm going to put him back onto mining. Basically, he's just helping out, moving resources all over. I want him to stay on the mining task. All right, so we're producing plates, and we're starting to produce more circuit boards. We have 9 in inventory. We need more. This guy, what else? Oh, he's got stuff in his inventory, like odds and ends. Let's build another storage just off to the side somewhere where odds and ends. Where to put this thing doesn't really matter. We'll leave a couple blocks storage there. I just want to get this high density frames. We got some ingots. We can drop these off here. I'm gonna put that guy back on the network so he can start shuttling resources around again. Waiting for our assembler to finish making circuits. He's doing it. And then once that's built, we'll do the uplink. In fact, we have enough circuits right now. We could make the uplink. Let's let this guy do what he's doing. Okay, our shuttle's doing its thing, moving resources around for us. Just picked up some crystal and dropped that off because those are needed for circuits. And then we're going to need to get this guy, this assembler, moving to start to make that uplink for us. And then after that, drones. We need more miners, obviously. Okay, I'm going to grab my little scout here, if I can get him. In fact, I'll pause. Grab this guy and see if we can get these put into storage and these put into storage. Boom. Unpause. Okay, yeah. So now he's got a nice empty inventory. 5 more circuits. We'll let it run. I'm going to look around for more points of interest. There's one way back here. Looking for enemies. Don't see anything. So let's pause, or let this guy deliver that crystal, and then I'm going to grab you, take you off the network. I want you to come check out this area.
Investigate ruined structures across the world for data to help advance your technology. You may need to repair them before you can gain access. Exploring them could provide valuable information and resources.
Okay. So there's a whole sequence of things you need to do here on some of these. You need to solve a puzzle, which we'll go into in a second. supply some materials, and then you'll unlock and gain access to the inventory. You might even gain a little bit of access to inventory every time you solve one. Let's do the console thing. Oh man, this is huge. So the goal here, let's look at the hint. It says to complete the circuit, all nodes need to be connected to the source node. This is the source node, this big guy. Rotate any of the squares by clicking them to highlight all the nodes. Okay, this is like a little mini game puzzle kind of thing. So let's see if we can take this on. Oh man. How could we do this? Something like that. This guy obviously needs to turn that way. That connects that node up. That connects this guy probably sideways. That guy probably sideways. We definitely don't need a connection going off of the circuit, so that needs to be rotated somehow. Okay, same thing here. That one's going to have to be rotated either like that or like that. Okay, that brings that node online. What about these guys? This guy's kind of abandoned, but this one's not being used, so let's turn that. So that node's online. Let's keep doing the little puzzle here. Maybe something like this. That can go down. This would need to go up. You can kind of get how I'm doing this probably if you familiar with logic type puzzles. This one, I'm confused. This one, I'm confused. That probably goes up. And then this guy has to tap into power somehow. Maybe like that, but this is a dead end. So this, yeah, that's probably how that goes. This probably goes the other direction somehow. Let's see. This is all abandoned. Up, up, up. Bring that one into the fold. That gets this guy connected. We have problems over here. So we probably have to do something like that. Let's see. Will this connect up? We're getting close. We got a dead end here. That's a problem. And this guy probably needs to connect to that somehow. Boy, how can we get all this connected? Oh man, feels like we're real close. Probably obvious. That feels like that's right. Looking for any kind of dead ends as a clue. This is our main one. What about and something like this? Okay, now I've got the dead end over here. Check it out. Boom. We solved it. What do we get for our efforts? Internal storage. Use the internal socket as an item slot. I think this gives us... Yeah, I think this gives us extra storage. Anyway, we can't do this one. We need a robotics data cube. So let's hop out of here. Let's grab that item out of inventory. Oh, notice the power icon here? This guy is out of power because he's too far away from our base. We do have a power grid here. If I hit the P button, you can see this is kind of like an energy grid. As long as my drones are there, they will refill their batteries. You can see this guy's filling up his power in the bottom left. And we can extend that. All right, enough of my babbling. Rune structures, we did all that.
You require a power source to operate efficiently. You can equip one after you've researched it or build components that supply and transmit power.
Okay, good enough. All right, we're done creating our 20 circuits. Let's switch gears, build our uplink. That shouldn't take long. I'm going to put this guy back. Let's, where should we put that little inventory slot? Let's drop this guy into our command center. That gives our command center a bit more inventory. And then I'm going to put this guy back on the network so he can shuttle resources around for us. How are we doing on production? We've got 10 iron plates, not much. 13 ingots, another 9 ingots there. We need more miners right now, that's the thing. So we'll get those. Let's put down also another small building. I'm thinking I want to duplicate what I've got here, actually. Do that and a couple storages. Ooh, I can't place storage there, huh? Let's move that over then. I'm gonna cancel this construction. Put one there. Storage. And storage. Okay, we have our uplink. We need a medium slot for this. We're gonna have to take this guy offline. This little fabricator, because we need that slot now for our uplink. Boom.
We have established a connection to the surface and I have already begun synchronizing our databases. With this we are now able to research new technology from the tech tree interface. This will help us replace the missing data from the damaged data center.
Alright. Before we do that, I need to get this guy building workers for us. We have some circuits, and we're going to want to mass produce those. We have 19 circuits now. We have ingots automated. I'm kind of looking at that recipe. That's going to get us these drones. Let's get 4 of these built. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And then let's look at the tech tree. That's over here. It's letting us know there's no active research selected. So boom. Looks like there's several different categories here, but basic is the one that's open to us. And there's 3 little trees in here. We can pick from these top 3. I'm just going to go left or right. We've got some circuits made. Let's just set this research. It's going to get a signal reader, portable radar, and a signpost. Let's just get it kicked off. Off we go. That guy's doing his research. We can see the little progress meter there. We're building drones, waiting on ingots for that. And I think this is a good place to wrap up the first episode. We kind of got the lay of the land.
We should try to make our operations as efficient as possible by having dedicated production buildings, researching more advanced buildings and units, and by using automation. Automation may be achieved in a variety of ways, the most fundamental of which is our logistics network. Make sure the robots that you wish to be fulfilling orders are connected to this network.
Okay, right now they all are, but as we produce new robots, they start as off network. Otherwise, they would immediately start delivering goods and things. So we'll get those guys on the network soon. Okay, it says basic signals, which is what the research we just completed, deals with sending and receiving signals around your base. It allows your buildings and units to communicate information to each other across any distance. Okay, a signpost shows text instead of the visual register. I think that's just for organizing the base. A portable radar, short-range detection of resources and other objects in the world. All conditions must be met. We'll get to using that soon, I think. And then signal reader allows the reading of signal register from a specific unit or building. I haven't done this yet. This is where we get into programming stuff, and I have not experienced that yet. So let's pick a new research, then we'll call it an episode. Dismiss with Elaine and do basic structures. That's going to unlock new building blocks. A building that has 2 small slots in it. We could put 2 of those little assembler guys in. And then a bigger building, a medium building, that has 1 medium slot and 1 small slot. It's going to take 30 plates. We have those automated. Let's get that production going. Boom. And then, yeah, we'll stop it there. We've got 4 drones produced. Next episode, we are going to kick off production. We're going to build some of these miners that we can slap on top of our drones and increase our mining. Right now, we've only got 1 guy doing metal and 1 guy doing crystal. Fortunately, we're not using much crystal. This guy's actually backed up, doesn't have anything to do with it. And then obviously we want to automate our circuit production outside of our headquarters. So we'll set up another, I think I had this guy earmarked for doing more ingots and maybe more plates, but we'll set up somebody to start doing circuit boards too. That's going to take, I think that's going to take an assembler. I could be wrong. Anyway, we'll get to all that next episode. If you like this content, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Also want to thank patrons and channel members for their support of the channel. It's what makes this content possible. Hope you enjoy this series on Desynced. Really cool game. And it's got a fair amount of complexity and challenge to it. There's actually a lot more than what's at the surface. But we'll get digging into it. For now, it's Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.